Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Here with a look at another Super Mario figure. As you haven't seen already on my channel, I do cover a lot of Mario memorabilia. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. Today I'm bringing you the World of Nintendo Mario 20-inch figure. For those of you that work in centimetres, that is 50 centimetres. Kind of just tells me here. Yeah, so a little bit of backstory on how I found this guy. Just yesterday I was walking through B&M, a local kind of supermarket store in the UK, and walking through the toy aisle as I do. As I say, I kind of found a lot of my smaller Mario figures there. Mario was on the top shelf kind of looking down on me. And, you know, just looking at it right now, if you're a Mario fan and you see this thing standing there, I couldn't help myself but pick it up. As Kim would describe it, I sent her a picture saying, look what I found, and she was like, that's awesome. So which normally means I've got the go-ahead to pick it up, which is always good. Yeah, so this figure is going to look great in the game room. But before I open it up, I thought I'd share it with you guys. So nothing much to see on the box and outside. It's for 3 and over apparently. And it's series 1 of 1. So I think this might be more on the series, but I don't know if it's referring to the World of Nintendo line overall. Let's have a quick look at the back. So not much to see in the front apart from the figure because it is that imposing. Have a closer look at the back of the box. So it is World of Nintendo line. The figures I picked up before, don't believe they're part of this line, but they're just basically Mario figures. But I know they do quite a few different ranges, different sizes, which you'll see when I come to the bottom of the box. It's an officially licensed Nintendo product, as you see by the quality seal over there. And just a little bit of backstory about Mario as well. So in case you didn't know who this guy was, Mario, hero of the Mushroom Kingdom, although he has kind of expanded a lot down to, obviously, it was Mario Galaxy and Mario Odyssey recently. So the Mushroom Kingdom was getting a little bit left behind recently. So yeah, so a bit of backstory. A familiar overall clad figure who is Nintendo's flagship character. His courage and jumping ability, I've seen him through countless adventures. He's a multi-talented plumber with the knowledge of a physician, a top-notch golfer, and a veteran tennis umpire. His jumping prowess, a boon of his girder climbing days. So obviously referring to Donkey Kong there in the last reference. But apparently Mario's been removed from the official website. His occupation as a plumber. I guess he mustn't have been keeping up his card for his plumbing license. Anyhow, looking down, you see what I mean here. We've got a little bit of expansion on Series 1-1. So there's also 6 and 4 inch figures available. We've got Donkey Kong, which I'd like to pick up, Bowser, another Mario, Yoshi, Link, and Wario. Now I have seen a 20-inch figure of Link, which I would like to find. I don't know if I find them at B&M, but I may have to go hunting for it. But yeah, the World Nintendo line is quite a vast range, and see this is the first series that came out. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to unbox this guy, and we'll get a closer look at what he does. Okay, so that's Mario free of his plastic and cardboard prison. It was pretty much secured in by 4 zip ties, which just need to be cut. Once he's out, he is actually still a rather large figure. I've been able to move the camera in slightly, but yeah, he is a massive, I say 20-inch tall. I'll give you a bit of a size comparison. Sometimes not always, I mean, you can see the size of my hand, but it's not always clear on camera how tall these things actually are. So on the box, it advises it's got 7 points of articulation, so we'll go around them first. So I'm guessing the 7 points is this. Quote me if I'm wrong. It has got head movement, which will only move so far. I think it's not a ball joint, but it doesn't really go up and down. Just grab his nose like, ah, mamma mia. Yeah, so his head does move left and right slightly. Maybe we'll free up a little bit. Arms got the most articulation. They can actually go out, like so. So I'm guessing that's classed as a point. Arm movement. Move forward, back. See, woo. You go all the way around there. So you can punch a block. Wrist movement in both hands. So you can fist pump. Just like my main man Toad. Oh, what's up, bro? You can also do other things which are unmentionable. So that's both wrists are articulate. Legs, do kind of move on a bizarre kind of pivot. They don't really move back and forward, just kind of move round, which leaves them for some rather bizarre poses. If you want to kind of put his legs in this position, maybe he's leapfrogging someday, I don't know. But yeah, he can't really sit down. He's a standing figure. You can kind of put his legs to the side and do some weird kind of split maneuver like that, which makes him fall over. Hopefully I've not killed him too much. Just lost a life. And that's really your articulation on this guy. See, not the most I've ever seen in a figure, but for something this size, the fact that it has got some articulation, like I say, you can kind of put his fist up in the air, like he's jumping. You can have both hands in the air, like he's celebrating for some reason. I don't know. But most likely I'll just have him posed as he came in the box. Maybe I might change him around every once in a while. To get a closer look at the actual figure itself, let's zoom in a bit. See the level of detail on this guy. And something that I always kind of thought was strange with Mario is why I had brown sideburns and a black moustache. And his eyebrows are also black. And if you look in the back, he's actually got brown hair. So maybe he just ran out of Just for Men. He's gone a bit old, you know. He's a bit old, this guy now. Got a few grey hairs. So he just went and dyed his moustache black, and he's ran out of black, so he had to dye his hair brown. Talking rubbish. You can see the detail though, great in his eyes as well. Yes, a little bit of blue in there also. The classic Mario cap, of course. Mario Odyssey, if you've seen the game, you know what happens with his whole cap in that situation. Looking down, his now infamous blue overalls with his red undershirt, I don't know what your class it is. But it'd be quite interesting to see if it had a version of, in fact, give me 1 second. As you veterans out there know, Mario's original colours were not, of course, blue and red. It was this colour. So it would be quite funny to actually see or quite interesting if they released a version of this with the red overalls and the brown undershirt. White gloves, of course, and it's got even the nice details on his hands. See, it's got, I don't know why, some sort of knuckle duster. I don't know whatever the gloves are, just obviously might be design. But no wonder he can punch blocks if he's got some spikes on his feet. His gloves. Got his brown shoes. Very nice brown shoes. Standard issue metal steel toe caps for plumbers. Gotta make sure you don't drop anything on them. And also just see the detail, kind of his belt. Very nicely detailed, touching Mario's crotch. On his feet, we actually do have some information. For focus, I can just read it off camera, but just so you guys can see it. Oh wow, it is actually got imported by BNM Retail Limited. The Vault. Ah. Well, there we go then. And yeah, it's manufactured by Jakks, so they would do a lot of they do the World of Nintendo figures. So, this has been specially imported by B&M Retail Stores. Nice. Never knew that. Looking around the back, we'll give you a wee spinaroo. A lot of holes, so this is obviously how it's kept together. You can see these little screw holes because it is a big plastic lump. It's just not been moulded in one piece. You can see the more detail here in these kind of overalls or dungarees, whatever you want to call it. And the back of his head. I've even given him the long hair on the back as well. And you can see his ears. Wait, Willie. But yeah, a really, really nice figure. And I'm glad I did pick him up. B&M had these for £25. Now I've seen online they're going for over 30. They had it from 30 down to 25. A lot of money for a figure. But I did say to Kim, she's like, it's Christmas, just go treat yourself. And here we go. I'm going to bring in, and you might miss him, little Mario. So that might give you a bit of an idea of the scale. I've done a review on this little guy before. So yeah, it's like he's had a few too many mushrooms, took it a little bit too far, and ended up this size. And I have seen a scale about this height as well. Don't know what sort of height they are, but there's another Mario and Yoshi. I'm guessing that must be your 7-inch that's in the box. Yeah, 6 and 4 inches, I think it was. Yeah, but they never World of Nintendo, so I think they're a different company made them. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. We'll just stick to random Mario there. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I've got a few more. If I get any more Mario figures, I'll certainly share them with you. I might have to go hunting for that link though, and potentially See if there is any bigger. I'll look at Big Donkey Kong as well, to be honest. That would be pretty awesome. But that's it, guys. See you again for a video very soon. Bye for now.